In the first semester of this course, we learned some problems having to do with nickels, dimes, and quarters, and how to solve those using quantity and value. Now that we know more specifically, you can look at that video again if you prefer. It was video number 11 in this series. But more specifically, now that we know how to use substitution, I would like to present 3 examples of how you can solve these problems in an easier way. So the first one is going to be that you have a jar that's got 34 quarters and dimes in it, and you know that the total amount in the jar is $6.10. So hopefully you'll remember how to set these up. So we're trying to figure out how many quarters and how many dimes we have. So we know that a quarter is worth 25 cents for every quarter, and a dime is worth 10 cents. And together that has to equal $6.10. But we also know quarters plus dimes equals 34. So what if, a different way to approach this problem using what we've learned, what if I took the second equation and I got quarters by itself by subtracting dimes to the other side? Now I got this guy all by itself. Why don't I go replace with what it equals to in the first equation? So now I can rewrite the first equation as 25 cents times 34 minus d plus 10 cents times d equals $6.10. Essentially, by doing that, I've got one variable now that I can solve for. So 25 cents times 34, let's get our old faithful here friend to help us with that. Any second now. Of course, it entered 2 of them. 34 times 25 cents is $8.50. And then there's minus 0.25d, because we got to carry it across, right? And we're going to combine like terms. $8.50 minus 0.15d equals $6.10. If we subtract $8.50 from both sides, we'll have negative $2.40. So I have to divide now $2.40. They're both negative, so I'm just going to divide the positives, and that should give us a good example. And I get 16. So the dimes are 16. Well, if I started with quarters plus dimes equals 34, and I know I've got 16 dimes, then it goes to figure that I must have 18 quarters. So there are my answers. Let's try again. Nice thing about these problems, they don't get any more difficult than this. So this might be the last example. But for, say I had 50 nickels and quarters, and that added up to $6.30. So my first equation is, remembering that a nickel is 0.05 plus 25 cents per quarter equals $6.30. Notice that I've taken the dollar signs out of this. If you know that you're dealing with everything was in dollar signs, then you can just eliminate them, and we can add them back at the end if necessary. But then we also know that nickels plus quarters is equal to 50. So this time I'm going to isolate nickels by saying that nickels must be 50 minus quarters. And then I'm going to go back to the first equation, and where there's a nickel, I'm going to replace it with 50 minus quarters, then plus 25 quarters equals $6.30. I've got to distribute. Sometimes my math with decimals is not good, so we're not going to take a chance. We're just going to use our old faithful friend, $2.50 minus 0.5q equals $6.30. Combine like terms on the same side of the equation. Subtract 250 from both sides, and let's see, 230 at 20 more cents would be $3.80, and 0.2 should go into that. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 19 times. So if quarters are 19 and quarters plus nickels have to equal 50, 50 minus 19 is 31. So I have 31 nickels and 19 quarters. Okay.